Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today we'll be doing some more junk journaling. We're going to be making this super cute double tag pocket, and I used an old book page. It was from a geography book. I used an old map and then a shipping tag and then some ephemera cutout pieces from the paper pad that I used, and then some sari silk ribbon. So you need, of course, this was the ephemera piece, the cut apart. I have this old map here that I've already used on several projects. I have a shipping tag. Here is a little ephemera from this paper pad. I have this strip that came from the paper pad, as well as this. It's just leftover off a piece. And then I have this vintage book page from a geography book. So I'm going to use this image here on the pocket. So if you would like to find out how I did this, stay tuned and we'll get into the project. Alright, so the first thing I did was I folded the two sides together, or folded the two sides back, probably about 1.25 inches. There's no, I didn't really measure. I just did it to however wide I wanted it to be. So just like that. And then I went ahead and trimmed this off at the top here. Just trim that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim the bottom as well. Oh no, I'm going to leave that actually. Okay, so we have this. And then I have this little side map that has like a zoom in. So I'm going to cut this ancient Athens out down here. And this is going to be part of my pocket, just like this one here. But it's a very thin paper, and it's, you know, it's vintage, so it's kind of, you know, it's thinner. So I want to cut a piece of my scrapbook paper the same width here. And go ahead and trim that. And at this point, you can glue this down. I sewed it, so what I'm going to go do right now is go over to my sewing machine, because that's what I like to do. Or you could just glue this part. So I have that sewn. On the back of my pocket, I just cut a piece of my map and sewed it on. So I'm going to open my map up here and find a piece. I think I'm actually going to cut this off at the top here to make it just so it's not too tall in my book. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this real quick. And then I'll add my map here. Let's see. And then, let's see, I'm going to trim up these edges to make them a little bit cleaner. And it fits on the back of here, and this will make the back of the pocket. So I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, or you could just glue all these edges together, like glue it on the sides here and here and on the bottom, and then also glue the 3 sides of your pocket. But I am just going to sew it because I just like that look that adds the extra texture to it. Now it's sewn all the way around. I'm going to take, I have this 1-inch circle punch, and I'm going to take and punch a half a circle out of the top layer here so you can see the tag, like the top of the tag, and it's easier to pull it out. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my ink and just do a little bit of inking around the edges. Alright, so the pocket is done. Now I want to just embellish this tag a little bit. I already distressed it. Here's a piece of Sari silk ribbon I'm going to stick in here. Just pull it through. And then I'm going to cut a piece of this little trim here. It's from the paper pad. Go ahead and ink that up. And glue that down. And I will eventually bring it over and do a stitch across the bottom. And then I have a piece of my vintage book page here, and I am just going to rip a small piece of it off and to layer on the tag. And I'll ink that too. Just like that. Put some glue on there. And then here's this little ephemera. It's like a couple that are over, like looking out onto a cruise ship. So I thought that was cool. Ink the edges of that. And then add some glue. There we go. And one thing I want to add to these is a vintage button. So let me go grab those. Alright, I have these vintage buttons here. So let's see what I want. I want one, oh, excuse you. I want kind of a bluish one. This one's kind of bluish. There we go. And let's see. Alright, I found two the same. They're a little like a translucent blue color, so that will look great. And I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue there, right up at the top. So those will dry. And then to work on the other tag, use this scrap that was left over. This sheet had a sky, and then it had a, I think it had a airplane flying across it, but this was left over. So I'm going to cut a piece, or first I'm going to mount this on here. So let's just stress this. And then I'm going to glue it down, and then I will take mine and sew it around just because I like that look, of course. But I'm going to glue this down just lightly. And then I'm going to trim it. Leaving 3/4 of an inch or so at the top, and then just take my scissors and trim it. Actually, I put this on the back and the front there, so I'm going to do that first, and then I'll trim the corners. It'll just make it easier. There we go. Trim that off. So I'm just going to glue this at the top. And this kind of reinforces after I punch the hole. It makes it thicker, and when I go to tie my seam binding at the top, it will hold a little bit better. There we go. And I'm going to trim the sides here. And then I have my crocodile, or you can use your hole punch. And I'm going to punch out the biggest hole here. There. And let me go grab some more seam binding. I'm going to ink this up real quick. And tie my seam binding through here. I'm just going to tie it, clip this here, so I want it 2 strings. There we go. Now this is ready. I can stick this together. Goes in there. And then this one goes in here. Just like that. Super cute. You can use that as a bookmarker in your traveler's notebook or junk journal, or it could be glued right directly down onto the page. So super cute. I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Check out all my other junk journal travel themed videos that I've done. I'll put the links for those down below. And look out, either Friday or Saturday of this week, I will have my travel themed junk journals listed in my Etsy shop, and I will do a full flip through video for that. So look for those. Have a great weekend. leave me a comment, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.